When you want to do captioning, there's a couple of different things you want to think about. There's what we're doing right now. This is called real-time or live captioning. I'll talk about that first. As I told you before, what we set up here was I have an audio source. I have a telephone line. So we've got a POTS line. It's sending information to our captioner so that they can caption it. So we need an audio source. We need a captioner at a moment's notice. One of the reasons to do business with the larger providers like us is that we have captioners, we have backup, we have all those things that we need. If you're going to go to television, you want the captions on the television, you need an encoder as well. We did not bring one here today because we weren't going to put it up, but that's what we typically would bring if we were going to put it up on the screen. Captions can be streamed as they are today to a URL. It requires that you broadcast the address that you want everybody to go to. So just like I did, I put up a sign that said, you know, here's where you would pick up these captions. If you were doing a meeting or you wanted to do a show or you wanted to do a broadcast, you'd have to, and you were going to do it to a URL, obviously you have to tell all the audience where the captions can be found, what URL address they could go to. But that's all you have to do in order to get captioning through internet access. What you also need is 7x24x365 support to resolve the unexpected issues. There will be problems. There will be issues. There will be connectivity issues. There will be word choices. There will be preparatory material that our captioners are going to want to have because you're going to want them to spell names right. And if you want them to spell names right, then you send us, here's what we're going to be talking about. So we get prep material to the captioners, that kind of stuff. Makes them more accurate, makes it more valuable for you. Additionally, you want to think about what other things might we need. We think normally about multi-language services. Well, I know we do large broadcast networks, so we do their Spanish versions as well as their English versions. So we're kind of used to that, and especially here in Southern California, you would think about having Spanish captions as well as English captions. You want somebody that can do that for you at the same time. But I mean, we just recently responded to a larger corporate client. They want captions in 28 languages. We can provide that kind of a facility. Now, that's not simple. That's not easy, but it can be done. Most people don't want that, but you have to be able to respond to the demands of the marketplace, and that's what you want to look for. You also want to have the transcripts for future use. One of the things we find a lot in corporate meetings and those kinds of things where people want to do captioning is because they also want the transcript after the meeting is over. It's a record of whatever was said, whatever the communication was. Very useful in corporate environments and that kind of stuff, as well as, of course, for people providing video. If you want to be able to have a transcript because you want to be able to be found on the internet, those things can be very useful.